F2 of the Transnation F2 here with Josh.
We're back in the comp box with our Bailey this time. Speaking of Bailey, happy birthday, Bailey. It was his birthday yesterday. And I think we're nearly underway, or we're going to get underway very shortly. Just wait a couple more minutes.
I think that'll be.
Yep, see if everyone's in here. Is he gonna join? Alright, I guess we can get underway. Those looks like don't ready up. I'm eating strawberries. Oh, now fucking Banana Josh is coming in.
Oh, is he coming in, is he?
Yeah. Should be a bit earlier there, Josh. Here he is, he's in now.
Amar winning Bahrain, he'll be looking to be at the front again.
Yeah, I do believe last week Alex was running a default setup.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently because he's been struggling to find a stable setup and a quick setup. So, I think he might be running one this weekend, but I'm not quite sure. Right, we're ready.
He did well in the GT Sports around Spain, he won it.
Yeah.
Quite a bit quicker than all of us.
I was coming around the second corner and then you just stopped on the track. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh, I didn't even know you could choose fuel mixes on that game. I was like, oh my god.
And then Brett's like, oh, he ran out of fuel. I'm like, oh god.
Oh.
You know you can fuel save without changing engine mode.
Yeah, I was coasting. That's the reason why you guys were catching me towards the end. I was lifting and coasting and just like upshifting early.
I just overfueled my car in the pit stops.
Well, I was struggling to get like within touching distance of you and Sebastian, so I decided to underfuel the car slightly so then I could get out before you both.
I just have terrible pace around Spain and GT3 cars.
Yeah.
Let's see if it'll be a wet or dry weekend.
Was it Ludwig who picked up second at Bahrain?
Yeah, and then it was I forgot what his name was now. Chargers in the what was it called?
Yeah, it was Ethan. Ethan.
Yeah.
Chargers
in the Toro Rosso who he got that cheeky P2 finish.
You might have to get out early before maybe some rain comes down in quality.
Now I'm gonna see if we can get some weather forecasts from our drivers. So let's see what the conditions are.
Should be a simple one stop.
Yeah, easy one stop from softs and mediums. But you also want that extra set of hards in there. So if you pick up wing damage on the race at the start, you can just go to the very end.
Albert first to go out.
He finished last week. He finished P4, didn't he? No. Oh no, he didn't. He didn't have a very good result, I don't think.
I can't fully remember.
Right, so I got informed from Robin that there's no rain and quality and the race, so it's a completely dry weekend.
Ooh.
So ideally you do want about 3 sets of soft tyres if you're running on the softs. But Oliver has come out on the mediums.
Has he?
Yeah.
No, he's on softs on the screen. It's just a visual.
No, for me he's on mediums.
Just a visual. Yeah, it says he's on mediums for me, but on the if you go to the tyre selection, it says he's on softs.
We've got Amiril Azriaf, and we have Banana Josh, who we didn't have last week, is here this weekend and is making their TNF2 debut again.
Oh, he is on mediums.
For Red Bull and Banana Josh for Force India.
Sorry about that. Oliver is actually on mediums.
Yeah, I thought. So it'll be.
Yeah, no,
Albert.
I was looking at Charger for some reason. I don't know.
Okay.
But Ethan.
So Albert will be the first to start a flying lap, and then it'll be Oliver, and then yeah.
Nah, it's Amar after.
Yeah, I'm not looking quite that far the list at the moment, but I'm just looking at Albert at the moment.
Yeah.
I think he clears it flat out through turn 1, braking hard into turn 3.
Okay,
always got to get the right. You got to get the best entry for Brooklands, and you got to get the best exit. Because if you don't get a very good exit, then you're gonna really compromise your lap time and lose a lot of time. And it looks like he has done that perfectly.
Also, getting heat into your tyres around here is quite important as well.
Yeah. Now it's pretty easy to do anyway with all the load on the tyres you're doing through the fast corners, like maybe some Beckett's and stuff like that.
Yeah. Just looking a bit overcast, so I wonder what the heat is actually out there.
Yeah.
Albert took a while to open his DRS though.
Is Amar the second to start his flyer? Because it looks like... Is he close enough for a little bit of slipstream, I'm wondering?
Yeah, he's getting very close to Albert.
There's Albert across the line. He's going to set a 127 flat. 26.5 for Amar.
First lap.
That's an opening lap for Amar, so he's definitely has time to improve.
Stanley goes second.
Towards the end of the session.
Oliver, not a bad lap on mediums either, 27.8. Not awful.
Not too bad. Looks like we're gonna one of the Haas's. Wait. It's Alex, it's a 28.3 on the softs. So he's behind Oliver on the mediums. Just not ideal, showing the pace difference between these two guys.
Muriel sets a 129.3.
Yeah, I was talking to Alex during the week, and he said he was really struggling to find a stable setup for the car. So maybe he's just gone for a lot more stable option, or he's just running the default again.
Yeah, he might, yeah.
And
I know he likes to try and be more consistent than anything else.
I think he might be doing another run on the softs. See, he's getting 2 laps out of these soft tyres, so... Who else will be coming across?
I think Matthew is looking to come out on the hards.
Comes across the line. For his first, he's on the mediums, he does a 29 flat.
Robbing sticks it in second as well. Not too far off Amar's lap time. Them two battled out for pole at
and
Bahrain.
Alex is currently 1.3 seconds down on his, or up on his previous time through. Oh no, he's coming in the pits.
Yeah.
He's 1.3 seconds down on his previous lap time. So that would have roughly put him about P4 on the grid.
Okay, so Matthew hasn't came out yet for a lap.
And Robin
And
has
neither
gone
has Joseph.
P2 as we've been talking. With the 26.6. I've not seen that, so looks like we'll be looking for a good battle between Amara and Robin this weekend.
They had a
And
good battle
hopefully,
for pole
yeah,
at Bahrain as well.
hopefully Stanley can get in the mix as well, and Ludwig can get up there as well.
I thought Mark should be quicker around here, personally. Okay, there we go. Matthew out on the hard tyres.
That's quite interesting.
It's different.
I think he might be thinking he can go to the end on these hards, but there is a mandatory pit stop during the race. So I don't know why he would be going on the hards. Very interesting strategy call from him, but his teammates out in the mediums, so he's doing
I don't know
the
whether they
smart
talk or
move.
not, but they both came out roughly in the same time.
But you do
Or
want to.
maybe,
He might be going for the medium to soft stint, having a quicker tyre at the end of the race
or
compared to the start
he
of the
might be
race.
thinking about giving his teammate a tow.
True.
And then maybe Joseph will do the same for him.
So it's like at the moment everyone is doing softs and mediums. Like,
Yeah.
if that is their strategy call. But if they're not, then only a few people will be doing mediums to softs.
Okay,
Which personally I think is a lot slower than the softs and mediums.
Oliver's now strapped on the softs.
So Oliver's come out in the softs. And yeah, Banana Josh has come out in the softs as well. So it's only the Renner who's on the mediums and the hards.
Yeah, and both
So-
Reynolds looking to do something different at the moment.
What's going down at Renault today, see what the strategy calls for the race. And he actually is starting a flyer in these hards.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if he's going to wait down the straight to give his teammate a tow or not.
Be interesting to see what time he pulls out, because I haven't actually used this. I don't really even use this hard tyre in this game. I think I've only used it like once or twice in career mode, so I don't even know the true performance of these tyres and what times you can bang in with them. And it doesn't look like he's going to give his teammate a tow.
TRS.
If Britain is known for you can use overtake throughout the whole lap basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and not use all of your ERS, so that's good about the track.
Yeah,
I
no,
guess not worrying about your ERS too much.
Yeah, he's definitely pushing. He's not worried about giving his teammate a tow. Be interested to see what time he pulls out then. Comes around the final corner now.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
129.7.
He's not far off
Yeah,
of
that's
Merrill
what
on the mediums. I mean, if he just got his
teammate sets a
mistakes,
128.8 as well.
if he's got all the mistakes and puts them together and forms something out of it, then he could be in a good position here for a good start in the grid. As Amar goes 26.1, his fastest lap overall. So, Jesus.
He's doing roughly what I'd be expecting the F1s to do.
Yeah. Technically, you would be doing that kind of lap during the end of qualifying, but he's doing it like midway through qualifying, so that just shows the true pace of him at the moment. And Stanley goes 26.2, so he goes P2. And I think Albert and Robin are coming to finish their next fly on the night.
Already improved, yeah.
Yeah, Robin will be
now.
next to come across the line.
As he goes and sets
26.6.
He didn't improve really.
No, he didn't really improve on that lap time, and I think we have Albert coming on. Albert's out of his lap, so he's abandoned his lap, and we have Oliver on a lap. staying in the prance in the not the prancing horse. What am I talking about? Staying in the Red Bull this season.
Oliver set his lap. He put 26.9 in. Let's go around for another, but don't. Nah, he's not. He's backing off.
Oliver had a pretty decent season last season. He came halfway through the season, and I think he finished roughly about 7th in the championship. I think.
Who did?
Oliver.
Oh, Oliver, yeah.
I think he was getting a little bit frustrated towards the end of it, though, because he was desperately just trying to get a podium out of it. But yeah, hopefully he could do that today at his home race. Get some decent points on the board after a terrible race last week, I must say.
Yeah, Alex has put in a 26.5.
That is not bad there from Alex. Jesus. Saying that he was struggling on setup all week, and then I was doing a couple practices with him, and he wasn't really on the pace, and then that comes out all of a sudden, so it looks like he has found a setup.
He did do 2 laps for that set of tyres, so maybe he was struggling to put heat in the tyres.
He has been saying to me that his car has been feeling really floaty and light at the rear. So he's struggling for all-round grip and confidence with the car, I think. But it looks like he's found that, and he's P3 at the moment.
I think March is about to set a lap. He is.
I think Banana Josh is coming through cops at the moment, so... No, it's not cops, is
March improved slightly.
I don't know.
To 12.
I know he's coming in the pits. Emerald goes P10.
Matthew has put on the mediums.
Yeah, he has put on the mediums.
Interesting, the 2 Renaults going for a different strategy at the moment.
I mean, if they're both going mediums, then it would be best for one of them to go to the soft so they have the alternate strategy in the bag.
Yeah. Luca, I believe, is on his flying lap.
Yep.
See what he can do.
So he's going to come out the cops now. And I think Amar, or March is behind him trying to... Yeah, I think it's March trying to get the toe from Luca. But if he's too close going through Magnussen Beckett's... Yeah, I was going to say, if he's too close to Magnussen Beckett's, then he'll get the dirty air from Luca. And you ideally do not want dirty air through there.
Then Matthew is coming out on the mediums as well. He's actually came out onto the mediums. He hasn't really got the time to change that to softs.
Looks like they are doing mediums to softs. I mean, if they can get up to about around P11, P10 on the mediums, then I reckon that'll be a good qualifying for them.
Yeah, I mean, if they get into P11, they can start on the softs if they want. All the hards, it's up to them, I guess. They'll be outside the top 10.
I think
they are doing different strategies, because Joseph has just gone onto the softs.
And Robin is about to start a flying lap. His last flying lap on the softs. He'll be looking to get himself further up the grid. Roughly about P2, P3 to get himself into the fighting position with Amar, who is our championship points leader out of the first round.
Mars still set. Mars just coming out now.
And Chargers, where's Chargers? In the Toro Rosso, who got a sneaky P2 out of last weekend after the penalties from Robin and... Wait, who is it?
Yeah, Charger got P3.
Yeah, P3. And Robin and... I think it was when... Yeah. Robin had penalties.
Robin and... I can't remember the other person. I know Ludwig finished second in the end.
Yeah. Robin and Stanley having that big crash. Ideally putting Stanley out.
Oh, yeah.
So Stanley did finish that race without points. And he was in a good chance to get a podium there. But Obviously, it wasn't meant to be, but hopefully, he'll be coming out this weekend and giving a good performance.
I mean, Amar's really showing that he is the one to beat at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, that pace definitely is F1 material, but
it's just the assist he uses let him down.
The assist he uses puts him in F2, which is a shame, really.
Yeah.
Because last season he was one of the quickest in F2 for qualifying, and he got a few pole positions on his name. I think he got a race one as well. I'm not quite sure.
Robin did improve. He's gone up to 26.5 now and put himself third.
And I think Albert is on a flyer as well, who's coming through Brooklands at the moment. So he'll be looking to get ahead of Alex and maybe ahead of Robin.
Yeah, Alex coming around to start his final lap.
Actually, one of the Renaults has come out on the softs, so they are doing the alternate strategy.
Yeah, what's his name? Joseph came out on him.
Yeah. I think March.
Interesting, Matthew did go up in 13th with 28.4 on that medium.
Yeah. And March will be looking to improve his time massively.
Yeah, I mean, you would expect him to be, as his Ferrari teammates at the front of the grid. Yellow flag in the first sector, is that for? Oh,
the top,
Josh had a big
the top six is separated by only 4/10 of a second. So from Oliver to Amar, it's only 4/10. So it looks like from the top six, Oliver could be in for an improvement and a bump up the grid if he's lucky, or if he bangs in a good lap. Oh, Luca looks like he's finished with his qualifying with Bernardo Josh.
Yeah, he did 3 laps on that set of tyres.
Yeah.
And Mars coming down the straight now to finish his lap.
I think he might. Oh no, he is finishing his lap. It wouldn't be surprising if he. Oh no, I think he's starting his. Oh no, he's coming to the pits.
I don't think he was going quicker.
So I don't think he sees a threat from Stanley and Robin, who
Stanley bailed out as well.
And Robin is still in the pits.
Alex still left to go as he comes on the final bend. He loses the back end slightly, but does improve just.
Does improve slightly, and Albert is coming through. Oh no, he's on his outlet. Oh no, he's not.
No, I think it's on his in lap.
So I only think Merrill,
Ludwig still to go,
Connor, and March on a lap, and Joseph, who is that Joseph or Ethan? I get confused between them.
Yeah, Joseph. Yeah, Joseph. He's
Joseph coming across the line.
Now.
He doesn't
improve.
Doesn't make his way up the grid. Oh, and it looks like the two Haas's are giving each other some slipstream. So Connor giving Ludwig some slipstream down the back straight there.
Yeah.
So some team calls here in for Haas.
Well, I mean, Ludwig comes across the line. Last race.
Yeah, I think it goes P7.
He does improve. Yeah, he does improve slightly. Believe that's it for qualifying, isn't it? That is it.
A few more people coming across the line. Toros comes across the line. He doesn't improve on his lap.
Actually, let me have a look. Okay, both Reynolds are actually starting on the mediums. Joseph didn't improve on the softs.
That's a bit surprising, to be fair.
Yeah, maybe he decided to back out of it.
Oh, we've only got March, who's coming. Oh no, March is out of fuel, I think.
I think we're just waiting for Muriel, who's in the pits.
Oh no, yeah, that's qualifying. So Amar back on pole position. A dominating performance, like usual.
Yeah, I mean, still looking quite close up to the top 6 anyway. Even down to 8th, it looks particularly close.
So only the two Renaults who are sat on the medium tyre. So everyone will be doing softs to mediums, or if they're, I don't know, thinking of a different strategy, they might do a 2-stop.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing about Britain is if you do get a bit of damage in the first lap, you can always stick on the hards and go to the end of the race.
But you do want to be doing softs to mediums.
You do want to, yeah, you do want to.
Which is ideally the fastest strategy. And those two Renaults, we're looking to have the faster tyre during the end of the race.
Yeah, they could come charging through the field.
And a beautiful sunny day here at Silverstone.
Yeah, surprising.
It's usually either really sunny or it's pucking down with rain.
I mean, anyone outside the top 10 can choose what they start on, so it'd be interesting to see what anyone outside the top 10 does. Maybe they follow the suit of the Renaults and go for the mediums.
But the problem with the hards, if you do make a pit stop, then everyone else is on a much faster tyre than you. And you will lose a lot of ground on that hard tyre.
They start the formation lap. Do you want to run through the grid? Josh, you there?
Alright, so on pole position, again, we have Amar Singh. P2, we have Stanley Belrose. P3, we have Robin Kreft. P3, we have Alex Little. P5, we have Albert Garcia. P6, we have Oliver Coleman. P7, we have Ludwig. P8, we have Toro Rosso of Chargers. And we have P9, we have Luca. P10, we have Emil Azraoff. P11, we have P12 we have Joshua Law. P13 we have Connor Paisley, and the two Renaults locking out the last row of the grid.
March is the only other person starting on medium with the Renaults.
Yeah, so the two Renaults are on the mediums, and they really need to get those up to 10 if they want to get a good start compared to everyone else. And that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Looks like
they're
Amar's
going very slow compared to the rest of the
Amar's
pack.
going very quick on his outlap.
Wants to get on with it.
Well, obviously you want to get those loaded into the tyres to get them warmed up, and it looks like...
I mean, Maggots and Beckett's, the Renaults have only just started.
There's just a few Kimi Raikkonens on the straight. Everyone else is weaving in, they're just going straight like usual. So we finish the formation lap. And I'll get this ready.
They all fall in now.
And... you'll go on board with
first
Amar.
corner to most tracks.
A flat out right hander. Turn 1.
Yeah.
Those guys in the midfield will be looking to be a bit cautious through turn 1.
The Renaults line up at the back.
Okay, good. There you go. 5 red lights. And we're holding like we usually do. Well, this is quite a long wait.
Yeah, it is.
And away we go for the British Grand Prix. And it looks like Stanley has got a good start. And it looks like he might be able to pip. And he's having a go at Amar into turn 1. And Amar's got the inside line. And it looks like Alex and Robin have got decent starts. And Amar goes wide and Stanley takes the lead. And Amar's down to P4 with Albert and Oliver on his tail. Up his gearbox, I should say. And it looks like we've gotten away cleanly. No damage throughout the field, I don't think. It's a very good start from everyone there.
Robin
and
looking
Alex
at Stanley already.
Up to P3. Amar really hassling Alex there. And Stanley will be knowing that Amar is behind him, that he will really need to extend that gap out. Oh, Stanley has a little bit of a moment going the exit of Cops.
Yeah, I saw that.
Looks like that rear end doesn't look very stable on the Mercedes there. And was still clean, so very good start there from everyone.
Amar might look to make a move on Alex. He's right up his gearbox right now. I think the slipstream might keep Alex ahead.
He's thinking of it. Oh, and Robin looks like he's made a little bit of a mistake, and Alex is right alongside him. And it looks like he's just given that position back to Robin. And Oliver is not too far away from this either.
No, he had a little battle with Albert a second ago, but since they've fallen in, they've started to reel him back in.
Oh, and Alex going for a move on Robin down the inside into turn 3. And Robin will switch for the inside line, and Alex will try around the outside.
Amar's looking to make a move on Alex.
Is right alongside. Oh, and he forces him a little bit wide, and Amar gets a little snap of oversteer. And he's getting the slipstream off Robin going into Brooklyn's. Oh, and he hits Alex.
Oh, a bit of contact.
Alex did a good job there to keep the car from not spinning. And that would have promoted Oliver to P4, which is alright, getting on the back of Alex here. And Albert is on the back.
Made a few
and Albert is on the back of... Yeah. And Albert is on the back of Oliver, who's not too far behind the front pack. So this top 6...
Amar's already gone up the inside of Robin.
This top 6 looks pretty evenly paced. And Alex goes onto the grass. And Amar's up to P2.
Stanley really trying to break out at the RS. Yeah, he overtook Robin into Maggots and Beckett's.
He needs to push through these extra few laps to get Amar out of the DRS. Because when he's out of the DRS, you can just go. But knowing Amar, he will give Stanley a run for his money.
Stanley has just got
Amar does the fastest lap of the race. So it looks like this top 6 is starting to fan. As Robin, it looks like he's made a little bit of a mistake and it put Alex up to P3, and he's put him down to P7.
Josh in for a nose cone change. He's putting on the hard tyres.
What has happened? Oh, and he's disconnected.
Oh no!
I think I might have to chuck him another. Could you chuck him another invite?
I don't think we can when we're the commentators.
Yeah, I don't think so either. That's a shame for. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, Amar is definitely closing that gap to Stanley. He's closed about 7/10 just this half a lap. Knowing Amar, he will be hungry for that race win. As Merrill gets a 3-second time penalty. And looks like Banana Josh is chucked on the hard, so it looks like he might have got a bit of wing damage.
Yeah, he had a nose cone change.
I think Robin is just joining back in now. And he'll have to make his way up through the field. It's a shame for Robin because he does have the pace to get a race win. As Amar sets another fastest lap of the race, as he reels in Stanley for P1. And it looks like
he's not back in yet, is he?
And it looks like Alex. It looks like he can't keep up with these guys, and it looks like Albert is slowly catching Alex for P3. And Oliver not too far behind them.
Ludwig's also on the back of Oliver.
As March gets 3-second time penalty. And Amar...
Matthew already up into P10 on those mediums.
Right on the gearbox of Stanley. These two having a great battle last season in F2. Looks like we're seeing more of that now. Which is good to see.
Yeah. Or my slight dip of the tire on the grass, but...
Yeah, Albert is slowly reeling in Alex for the final podium position here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Alex is holding up Albert at the moment.
It looks like Alex might be struggling with a little bit of the balance of the car. And Albert round his gearbox now into what's that corner called? I've actually forgotten it.
Which corner?
The one before the chicane.
Cops.
It's not Cops, isn't it? Cops is before Manx and Bickett's.
Cops is the... Yeah, Cops is the...
Oh, it's Stowe, isn't it? Oh yeah, just
Stowe,
Stowe.
that's it, Stowe.
So ideally you do want to be hitting about lap 9 or lap 10 for a set of mediums to pull off the one stop. And it looks like Stanley's got a little bit shaky out the exit. And it looks like Mars alongside him going into Brooklands, and he's ahead of him. But see if...
Matthew on the back of Ethan. On the...
And looks like Stanley's trying to... looks like Mars got the move done.
Just gotta look to stay with Amar right now, don't let him run away with it.
Yeah, he just needs to stay within the DRS of Amar, and then those two hopefully, or probably will pull away from the rest of the pack. It looks like Alex has closed the gap by a couple tenths after those two fighting. And he is extending the gap to Albert and P4.
Oh, Stanley's off the track.
Oh, Stanley!
He's put it in the wall.
Ah. Back-to-back weekends. Getting wing damage. And I don't... Yeah, he lost an end plate there, so it looks like he will be pitting. I mean, he could... I mean, he could try and pull off a pair of mediums. But he will be... he does need a tyre. He will need to save his tyres. So that's a real shame for Stanley. He could be in for a real good podium finish. And it looks like Amar's just going to run away with this. If Alex can pick up the pace a little.
He's put on the medium, Stanley.
Yeah. So he will need to be fuel saving. He will need to be saving his tyres. Because those will significantly drop off towards the end of the race. Banana Josh, 47 seconds behind Stanley. So these hard tyres are definitely not these are definitely not quick.
Robin's back in, I believe, as well.
I don't think that Stanley's done the right decision by putting on the putting on the mediums. And Robin is back in P13 as he's going through Brooklands. The yellow flag sector 1.
I'm really surprised with Matthew's pace.
On Banana Josh's spinner out of turn 2.
Speedy had a big off.
Where was that?
That is he.
Oh Jesus.
Joseph.
He hasn't got any wing damage, has he?
No, we just come through the path right under. He just kept turning. It just went flying off. He went into the grass.
Oh, there's a battle for P8 here. The Renault diving up the inside.
Really showing some speed.
So it looks like these medium tyres are really showing a lot of pace. And looks like Toro Rosso's in. Looks like he'll be chucking on a pair of medium tyres. As Ethan looks like he's going to try and hunt down Luca in P7 in the Sauber. And if he does puts the hammer down now, while these soft tyres start to fall off, then he could be in a real good position here.
March as well, doing well on those mediums.
Yeah, so he's coming up the back of Conor Paisley here, P9. He's just in DRS. Oh, he's in DRS, but Conor would have DRS on Ethan and P8. It just depends if he's just out of DRS of Luca.
Is Stanley going to get ahead of Ethan?
You just see if you go on board with Luca, you can see the tyre wear on the left front and the two front tyres basically.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can see it looks like he's really struggling on those tyres.
He does for a fast right under. He's really lifting off.
And Ethan really needs to take this to his advantage.
Matthew's reeling him in.
And Merrill is only 4.6 seconds off P5, so not bad start there from Merrill. Ludwig's catching Oliver here for P4.
Yeah, I'm looking at the gap now. Ethan picks himself up a penalty. Stanley actually got ahead of Ethan on the warmer tyres, both on mediums.
Alex not doing a too bad job here. He's extended that gap to Albert by about 7/10 of a second, and he's I won't say comfortable P2, but
yeah, he's got a nice gap.
I reckon if Albert comes in this lap, tries to get the undercut on Alex.
Oh, Matthew pushing Luca through. Matthew gonna make a move.
Yeah. Oh. Is he gonna have a look into cops? Nah, he's backing out.
Oh.
Smart move there. And yeah. Connor is right in the back of this as well. As given March, he's right in the back of Connor as well. So this is a four-way battle for P7 here.
And March and Matthew both on the mediums as well, sticking with each other.
Stanley gets a 3-second time penalty.
Oh,
looks like he's about to close it. He's gonna make the move into Stowe.
Got the inside.
And he's done it.
Seems an easy move. Can he pull it up? Yeah, easy.
Looks like Luca just gave up position, and Luca is coming into the pits. Looks like he's trying to get a little bit of an undercut here on Ethan. And March gets a 3-second time penalty.
Matthew starting 14th on the grid up into P7.
Yeah, very good start there from Matthew. Yeah.
Ludwig.
And he's actually keeping Ludwig. And Matthew's actually not too far away from a mirror here. So if he puts the hammer down, he could be in a good position for a good finish. So he's only 2.7 seconds down the road.
And they're going to be quicker when they come out on the softs.
And Amarillo is on the higher worn tyre on the softs.
And Ludwig is starting to reel that gap in more and more now to Oliver. Just keeps going from 1.1 to 1.3. Pure axle, 5-second stop, go. Speeding in the pit.
Oh, Alex. And that, I think, will get him ahead of... so he will have to make another stop. Or if he serves it here.
I don't think he will serve here.
Yeah, so he'll have to make another pit stop.
Or so he can...
so that is just promoted. That is basically just promoted Albert to P3. Oh, actually P2, sorry. And Matthew up to P3 on the mediums.
Is it 10 seconds they get for not serving it, or is it still 5 seconds?
And Amar, Jesus, he's really extending that gap. He's got it to 12.2 seconds. Over Ludwig. That's an outstanding performance from Amar so far. And if he keeps this up through the season, then he definitely will be in the chance. He probably will be in the chance.
On the bounce for him.
Be in the chance to win the championship this season.
Robbins came out now on the mediums. Amar's into the pits. Very cautious into the pits from Amar. Ludwig follows him in. And that will, I believe, let Matthew take the leads as well.
On the mediums. Nah, he won't. He's only coming through Brooklands at the moment. Oh, he's going around the last corner.
Yeah, I believe Matthew will go. And Matthew takes the lead.
I don't think I'd see his name up there this weekend at least.
Amar comes out in a tiny bit of traffic. I mean, he's got a 3-second, but I think the medium runners might take a little while before they come in. I think you're looking around lap 15, 16 for the medium runners to come in.
Yeah. Oh no, wait. Yeah, so... Yeah, I think oh no, wait. No, I was just confused there for a sec, but it doesn't matter. And Connor still keeping up with Ethan and P1 there.
Yeah, I think Connor will probably pit this lap because he is on the soft tyres.
Yeah. Would be best for him to pit this lap because he'll be best for the undercut if he's going to go for an undercut on him. And if he does go for the undercut, then it might work quite significantly on Ethan.
Oh, yellow flag in sector 1.
And March is the same if you go... Actually, no, he's on the mediums. Yeah, as Connor comes into the pits, he will be chucking on a pair of mediums, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it'd almost have to be mediums.
I mean, you never know.
Yeah. Both Reynolds in a podium position at the moment, but obviously having to make a stop.
Yeah, as he is coming in to get on the medium tyre. So he's going to the end.
Where's he going to come out? Is he going to come out?
I think he might just come out. No, he's going to come out around P11. Oh no, he's coming out.
He's going to come out ahead of Stanley? No, behind Stanley.
Just behind. Not just behind, but he's behind Oliver.
He's alongside Muriel. No, that's Ethan, isn't it? Yeah, it's Ethan. Who's just
Now is sector 3. Oh, now Josh has gone off again. And he's completely cut the pit exit, or pit entry. And he gets a 5-second stop go.
Yeah.
So this race, not a good race here. Looks like those hard tyres don't look like they're performing very well. I'm surprised because Robin is creeping up onto Luca.
Mark's actually catching Matthew.
Yeah, jeez.
And Amar's getting towards the back of Joseph.
I think it would be best for Joseph to let him through. He sets the fastest lap of the race. I was gonna say. Ooh.
Is Joseph gonna hold him up, or is he gonna let him go? I mean, he's fighting for position. Doesn't need to. Oh,
Marcus
Muriel.
buzzing out. Hold on. Right, all good.
Where is Muriel gone?
Oh, as Amar makes a move on Joseph into Brooklyn's. It looks like Joseph's not going to force the issue there. Pardon? Oh,
Muriel's out.
Looks like he's disconnected. Oh, it looks like Amural in Discord, he's saying, Ethan, charges, you stupid, and I can't say it on the stream, but it starts with a C.
Okay.
So it looks like...
Oh, well, yeah, we definitely will be
Looks like they might have had a little bit of a wheels linked together between the Toro Rosso and the Red Bull. And Amural is expressing himself in Discord.
Also, news for F1, I don't think John is racing.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I've just seen the... Oh, okay. We won't... wonder what happened between those two then.
So we only have Amural out of the race so far, which is not bad. And it looks like Robin and Connor are finding a position at the moment. And Luca is right along... Oh! And Luca gets a bit touchy there with Robin. And he tries at the inside. Oh, he's completely shoved Robin wide. I think Robin might want to be going to the shields for that. I'm not quite sure. Because that was quite aggressive. That was really aggressive there from Luca.
Yeah, and I would say Robin had the right of way. He's ahead.
It looks like he didn't really. Oh, as Robin goes down the inside.
He's going to give it him back. He's going to give it him straight back.
Looks like these two don't care if either one of them spins.
Oh. And
Robin showing he's top man, I guess.
Yeah. As Amar gets on the back of Matthew now.
As you can definitely tell, Robin ain't gonna let Luca get away with that one. No, when he gets a bit shaky through Magneton Beckett's.
Oh, Robin's got no nose cone.
Oh, he actually has no front wing.
Yeah,
was that Banana Josh that's the fastest lap of the race? Yeah, sector 3. Oh, and Albert is cutting the last corner, and Oliver's ahead of him now. Looks like he just made a bit of a mistake coming up through the last corner and had to cut the corner and put Oliver.
And then more on the back of Matthew as well.
And Alex will have to make another. Actually, no, he doesn't have to make another stop. He can just serve it at the end of the race.
No, he doesn't. And Mar goes around the outside of Matthew. Matthew looking for the switch back, but can't quite get it.
And Mar will be hunting down his teammate with 10 lap fresher tyres.
Going forward this traffic, Alex has actually reeled Amar inside there.
Well, Amar is fighting with those people who haven't pitted yet, and he will have to do the same.
Yeah.
And let me just check the penalties. I don't think Amar has any penalties. Nah, Amar only has 2 warnings. Alex only has that stop-go. So, Amar, 5 seconds extra clear of Alex.
Alex gets past...
but I do think that
Joseph.
Oliver is just too far back to get within that 5 seconds of
March gets
Alex.
out the way of his teammate.
Or as March pits, he'll be chucking on the pair of softs, and he will be looking to get ahead. Who was on this? He was on the mediums. Oh, so it was Connor and Luca and stuff like that.
With them lot. Is March gonna jump Connor? March was behind Connor, I believe.
So coming from Merrill, apparently the Toro Rosso took him out.
Yeah, I think that was evident with what he put in chat.
So it looks like Merrill will want to be going to the shields for that.
Yeah, March does jump Connor as well with the overcut.
Yeah, he got a very nice overcut there on Connor. And looks like Robin is coming up to him as well. And Josh, 1 minute and 2 seconds behind. as he's getting, as he's going to get lapped by.
There's quite a good battle for
Alex.
positional P3.
Amira just says, "I want to murder him."
Oliver's being chased down by Albert, and Albert's being chased down by Ludwig. All of them battling for net P3.
Oliver could be, if he puts Emma down, he could be in for his first TNF1 podium here at his home race, as Amar sits the fastest up of the race.
Comes in. Be interested to see if he comes out ahead of March or not. Obviously, March was ahead of him when they went in.
He's going to chuck on softs, so he'll be on charge. And
yeah,
I think he might
just his teammate will come in next lap as well.
I think he might just come out behind Stanley and Chargers. Yeah, he's coming out.
I think March might jump him as well.
Yeah, March will jump in, and Connor will jump in, and Robin will jump in, I'm pretty sure. And he just comes out in front of that pack. Oh!
Comes out, oh, he's side by side with Connor. Oh, he gets it.
So, yeah. So, yeah.
But he gets ahead of Robin. Yeah. But he will be quicker on those soft tyres.
So Mar he's got a 6-second gap. So if you take Joseph out of P3, then that is your grid. So Oliver is up into P3 with Albert in P4.
Albert chasing him down and Ludwig P5.
And Oliver needs to put down the hammer here. Because he might be...
Be interested if Stanley and Ethan
I'm going to check the penalties
well,
with Oliver. And, yeah, so Oliver hasn't got any penalties. And Albert has a penalty and 3 warnings. And I think Ludwig doesn't have any penalties either. So, Albert is technically behind Ludwig.
Ludwig could be on for another podium this season.
So if Oliver Oliver needs to stay out of getting penalties, and then he could be in a good position here for a podium.
As Joseph comes in, straps on a set of softs. Slow stop there. Got away quite slow.
Mark's going to jump, Connor's going to jump, and I think his teammate's going to jump on as well. With Robin as well.
His teammate was already ahead of him. He was quite a bit behind.
I think Luca, no, he's not going to get ahead of Luca. Or he's not going to go behind Luca.
Oh!
Oh! Jesus!
What? Oh my life. Connor lost it coming out of the
Connor
second,
there, Jesus.
The second corner, like left-hander, the fast left-hander.
And Robin just nearly escaping that. And it looks like he might have a little bit of wing damage.
His nose came now.
It looks like Robin has a little bit of wing damage as well. On the front left. Or the left side of his wing.
Yeah, might have a tiny bit. I can't quite tell.
Matthew was on a good charge there.
Got very unlucky with kind of losing.
He had a very good start to the race, and he was making his way up the field, and then yeah, this incident has really put him back.
Even dropped him behind his teammate now.
Yeah, so Joseph
who he has out
will be looking to get back off Luca. I think Luca got a bit of wing damage as well. Yeah, Luca's got some wing damage.
Yeah, Luca definitely does left side.
So that will, if he pits, that'll promote Joseph up to P10, which is just in the points. So Renault will be scoring their first points of the season. Oh, and Luca is not pitting. As Joseph goes around the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Matthew comes into the pits. As does Connor. And Amar still extending that gap.
Most likely going to be livid at this point.
Amar still extending that gap to sector 3. What's sector 3?
Oh, Albert's on the back of Oliver, and so is Ludwig. So Ludwig could be looking to get another
Albert
podium.
is only 2 tenths behind Connor here, and Ludwig only 8 tenths behind Albert. So we're seeing a 3-way scrap here for P3, with the final position on the podium. And Oliver will need to be trying his very best, because I know he's desperate for that podium. And he's been working so hard to try and get it.
Connor's actually crashed out now.
And I reckon if he,
Don't know what happened to him.
Albert, yeah, he defends to the inside, going into Stowe.
Yeah, he just keeps up position. Albert's the only one with penalties out of these 3, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hear a Merrill cheering on Oliver here in the chat.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't got my phone on me.
It'll just be between Ludwig and Oliver at the moment. Well, if Albert can hold up Oliver, then Ludwig could be on a good chance here.
Ludwig has got the fresher tyres, but not as if that matters really on the mediums.
And Alex is clear of that 5-second gap, or that 5-second time penalty that he's got.
Yeah, he's got that gap out. And these guys are likely to battle a bit more. I think Albert will be looking to get a good drive.
Connor, I'm not the stewards, so you will have to go the stewards for that one, mate.
What was he asking about?
Yeah, he just wants me to see about Who was it? At Albert moving in the braking zone. But here we have to go to the stewards for that one.
Yeah, hopefully he's got his footage.
Looks like Ceremony is supporting Ludwig out here in the chat.
Ludwig a second at Bahrain.
And
Can he get on the
Ludwig,
podium again?
not Ludwig. Oliver will be trying anything in his power to keep this P3.
Oh,
Albert gets another 3-second time penalty. And that has really put Oliver in a comfortable position here as Albert goes down the inside. Oh, and he shoves Oliver a bit wide.
Oh, Oliver broke his nose cone.
Oh, as he tries up the inside. And that, it's getting a bit.
Ludwig.
Going wheel to wheel. Little pushing and barging there. Oliver.
Albert's out. Oh, and Ludwig's out. Well,
Oliver.
out.
I think Oliver was trying to force the issue a little bit there. Because it looked like he was trying to like turn into him a little bit. So I think Ludwig and Albert will be going to the stewards for that one for sure.
I just don't know what they're all doing there.
Oh, Stanley's on the up to P4, so he's on a charge, and he's made his way back up through the field.
I don't know what you guys are doing.
Stanley on a recovery drive. If he can really push now, he could catch Oliver for P3, who has wing damage.
Ludwig's in.
If he does do this, it'll be an outstanding performance from Stanley. I think Amar, another dominating race for him, will probably take this race win.
Yeah, puts him on maximum points.
Yeah, and Ludwig and Discord not happy about that situation. As Connor is left.
Rightly so, he's the innocent party in it.
Oh, did he get tangled up in it as well?
What, Ludwig? Yeah, he got caught.
I was going to say Connor. I said Connor, but well.
Oh no, Connor went out earlier on in
Let's
the
see
race.
if Stanley has any penalties. Yeah, so Stanley's got 1 penalty. Oh, he's actually got 2 penalties, so he's got about, I think he's got about 6 seconds. And Oliver still doesn't have any penalties. Mar hasn't got any penalties.
March up into P6. And Robin after that disconnection, yes. P7. I think Oliver's P3 on the road right now. I'm not sure if that will be the same. Well,
there would definitely be a stewards report from Albert and Ludwig. Yeah. Just depends if the penalty is harsh enough to put him to P4 and promote Stanley up to P3. And if that is the case, then that'll be heartbreaking for Oliver.
Might not even be Stanley, it might even be Ethan.
Oh, and Lucas had him off coming through the last corner.
Yeah.
I don't think Albert will be getting in the points here, so that's a shame for Albert. The stewards for F2 Bailey is Bailey and I don't know who the other steward is, but just contact Bailey.
Field's starting to spread out a bit now. That was our only fight, and they've gone and wiped each other out. Look for another yellow flag in sector 3. As Stanley comes into the pits with a puncher.
Stanley. Yeah, so those tyres not
He also picked up a 5 seconds stop go.
That's what I think. That's what I thought. If he pushed those tyres too hard, then he would have troubles towards the end of the race, and that's what he's exactly done.
Ludwig getting onto the back of Luca right now, trying to make some sort of a recovery drive.
Now, our F2 steward is, I think it's Mark Bratby. So if you want to contact Mark.
And sets the fastest lap.
Who's this?
Ludwig just set the fastest lap after catching onto the back of Luca.
So then March is up to P5.
He might just having a great race, considering he started 11th.
So if Oliver does get slammed by the stewards, then that could demote him to P4 or even P5.
Let's have a look.
But no, Josh gets another 13 time penalty. He's not having a good race down in P13.
Joseph from starting from the back, P7, made 8 spots.
And his teammate still in P12.
Yeah,
I think he's just been lapped by Ma. Yes, he has. And Robin getting past Matthew there. Oh, Joseph.
Oh, Josh off. Josh
Albert.
He's in the wall and he's out.
Where is that?
Maggots and Beckett's, I believe. Looks like, from what I can see.
Looks like our mile's coming up to that now, so we'll have a look. Don't see anything.
His car might have already been moved.
Yeah, so nothing there that I can see.
He went a long way off, like miles off.
His mile's going to come onto the final lap. Who's going to take another demanding race win? So
Alex surprised me up into P2.
Amar looking very good here for a championship. If he keeps this up, then he could win the championship. I'm not saying that he is now, but you never know.
Can Ethan take his tyres to the end?
If he keeps this up, then he probably will. I'm not going to say too much anymore.
Robin as well, after disconnecting, got his car up into P6. And actually Stanley on the back of March.
Yeah, and Stanley's in the back of Joseph as well. As he gets up to P7. Stanley.
Yeah.
Stanley not having a very good start to this season. Not scoring in Baku, Bahrain. And yeah, spinning or getting taken out this race.
Mark coming to the final sector. Robin makes his way past March, puts himself in P5.
Oof. Alright, go on your
Mark comes around the last corner.
And he wins the British Grand Prix, and Alex will surely take P2 after a bounce back race from after Bahrain, and he takes P2, and I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure if Oliver will take P3, but he will take P3 on track. But if he does keep P3, then that will be his first podium in the Transnation Formula 1. So well done there from Oliver. Getting on podium at his home race. But like I said, don't know if he's actually going to keep that P3 or not. His Chargers
do you want to bring the podium?
Yep. His Chargers has a pretty good race. He finishes in P4. I'll invite these top 3. Actually, you're party hosts, so I'll suggest them.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, my PlayStation just froze. We're going back.
You happy?
Alex, P2. What a good race from you. Did you run a setup?
It was good. I did run a setup, yes.
That's what I thought.
Was sitting myself through turn 1 every time, but I made it.
You had a pretty lonely race, to be fair.
Yeah,
and you had a couple battles at the start with Amar with Amar getting tangled up in some few incidents at the start.
Yeah, and I didn't quite like how Banana Josh was trying to hit my ass when I was trying to drive. Not like that at all. Oh, good race. I didn't actually expect to finish second place, but I found myself in second. Oh, okay, that's cool. And then
a bounce back race from definitely a bounce back race.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, just couldn't challenge that guy in first. It's just, you know, when someone like half a second faster than you per lap, it's like you ain't gonna catch it. So solid 8, finish the race, get the points.
Good job, Alex. And what's the next race? Brazil. We'll see you at Brazil.
Oh God, Brazil.
Is Amara in here? Is Mars in here? I know. Oliver, P3. You've got that podium that you've desperately wanted.
Yeah.
But I think there will be some inquiries to the stewards about that incident.
I think it was decent. I'll have to look at the back of the footage. On my screen, I don't think I hit him, but I'll have to look at it. But it was quite controversial, P3, so...
Yeah, very good home race from you.
Yeah. I'm always quite strong on here, so I'm quite happy to at least be at the top. But I don't know if he'll last that long with that incident. I'll have a look at it and send it to the stewards. Hopefully I can stay in P3, but if I can't, I will.
All right, we'll see you. We'll see you next week at Brazil. And good job today. Where's Amar? I don't think Amar's in here yet. Oh, Amar is in here. No, Amar's just joined.
He didn't even get a penalty either.
Amar, can you hear me? Another dominating performance from you, finishing P1 with about 12 seconds clear of the rest of the field. You got caught up in some first lap incidents, but you got your way back up to the top. Yeah, do you have anything else to say? Anything else to say to Olwen?
Nah, just the fact that Amar's got a 23-point lead already, and we've only 2 races in. Seems like he's dominating the championship at the moment.
So you're in a good chance for a championship here, Amar. So yeah, we'll see you at Brazil. And that concludes our coverage of the TNF1 British Grand Prix, the second round of the season. And we'll see you next week for the third round at Brazil. I think me and Owen will be in the combox next week. So, anything else to say, Owen?
No, hope you guys enjoyed. Cheers for watching.
Yeah, and we'll see you next week at Brazil.